Hello, students. I hope you are all fine and in good health. I am continuing with some more examples related with official letters written to the school authorities or written to the principal. I already discussed two important questions in my previous audio presentation. One was related with improvement of the school canteen and another one beautification of the school premises. Now I am moving on to another question. Now in this question, the topic of discussion related with official letter is more books for the school library. Now let us come to the questions first. Your brother or sister Punit or Nita is studying in class 10 in Manisha Academy, Surat. You have come to know that in the school library, the copies of the book containing the question bank in English are insufficient. Your brother sister has not been able to get the book. Write a letter to the principal of the school requesting him or her to get more books for the library to meet the demands of the students. You are Vinod or Sarita living at, see the landmark address is given that you have to copy while you solve it. F131 Gandhi Colony, Surat. So this is the question. The important thing that we gather from this question is that number of copies related with question bank of English, it is insufficient. You need more of it. You need more copies of it. It is insufficient, and apart from that, few other books are also less. And so you are requesting your principal to get more books for the library in order to cater. Meet actually means there is another synonym for that. In order to cater or in order to meet the demands of the students. And you are either Vinod or Sarita living at F131 Gandhi Colony, Surat. Now this is the main question, that is more books required for the school library, that I already told you. Now how to proceed? By this time you know the format, though I am just repeating it once again. See, I told you that F131 Gandhi Colony, Surat, that one you have to write at the very beginning, and that is mentioned in the question also, and it will be in the left hand side. Then you can give a date 15 January, mention a year, then the principal, Manisha Academy, Surat. All this information you will get in the question only. Now you have to start writing it. Subject, request for more books for the library. Madam or sir, that is up to you. Then you give a comma, then you start describing the main issue in the next line. Being the guardian of a student, I would like to register my complaint against insufficient number of reference books in the school library. You are the guardian of a student. Now you are complaining about less number of important books available in the library. During one of my visits, I came to know that CBSE has changed the style of questions in English. It has supplied a book of questions to every school. I have not been able to procure one from the market. Procure means I have not been able to get one from the market. My sister Nita could not get one from the library. On inquiring from the librarian, she came to know that the copies of the books containing the question bank in English are insufficient, less in number. It is certainly a hurdle as lack of proper books hinders learning activity. Hinders means it restricts the learning activity. Obviously, my sister was being told by the librarian that the number of copies of question bank in English is insufficient, it is less in number. And as you know, it actually, if books are less in the library, important books, if it is less in the library, then ultimately it hinders the process of learning activity. So that is the main problem that you highlight in the first paragraph of your letter. Now you move on to the next paragraph. You know the importance of books in this competitive age. This particular book has become indispensable. That means very, very vital, very important, indispensable for the students, and it informs them about the style and types of questions, and thus guides them in preparation and helps them in self-evaluation. This question bank is very important, madam or sir, for your kind information, because this is an indispensable book, very valuable, very important book, because it gives a lot of information about the style and the type of questions that will be asked in the examination, and it also helps the pupils, or it also helps the students in self evaluation process also. So from that perspective, or considering from that perspective, this book is very important. So now you are concluding your particular letter. I therefore request you to take necessary steps in order to increase the number of textbooks as well as reference books in such a manner that they would meet the demand of the students. So, madam, so sir, I request you that you take important necessary steps in order to increase the number of textbooks, or you increase the number of question banks or important indispensable question banks or reference books in such a manner that they would meet the demands of the students, because from outside market also sometimes important books are not available. Then only at that time the only hope for a student is the library, and if in the library that book is insufficient, then ultimately it hinders the process of learning activity. So these things, dear students, you have to mention in a letter if it is related with a topic like this, where request for more books for the library is concerned. And finally, you will end your letter by writing, I do hope you will consider my request. And finally, you can leave a line, then you can write yours faithfully. Either you can write Vinod or you can write Sarita. So, dear students, that was this letter all about. Now I am moving on to another one, question number 4, and it is regarding playground facility. It is a very, very important question. Again, a question that is written to the, or a question where a letter is given to the principal. So let us come to this question also. Very, very important question it is, just like the previous 3 questions. So the question is like this. You are Ankit Patel of Chitra Senior Secondary School, Pandavpuram, Delhi. You are captain of the hockey team of your school. You have no playground in your school. Write a letter to the principal requesting him to arrange playground facility from a neighboring school for practice of your team. So since there is no playground facility in your school, so you are requesting your principal to arrange a playground from another school, from a neighboring school, so that your team can practice for the upcoming competition. So let us come to the answer part. The principal, Chitra Secondary School, Pandavpuram, Delhi. This information step by step we have to fill it up, you have to write it up. And dear students, this information definitely you will get from the question. Then you give a date like 10 September, you can mention a year. Then subject, it is obviously given there, that is arrangement of playground facility. Since there is no playground or lack of playground in the school, so you are requesting your head of the institution or your principal to arrange a playground from a neighboring school where you can practice for your upcoming tournament or matches. So let's continue. Respected sir, with due regards, I would like to bring to your kind notice, or you can write to your kind attention, towards our difficulties and feelings. We all know that we have no playground in our school, but we have a bunch of students who are very good hockey players. We don't have a playground, but we have very good talented hockey players, and they need to practice for tournaments. Due to non-availability of playground, all the players cannot practice as a team. Since there is no proper playground, sir, so we can't practice as a team. It is very difficult to practice as a team. The interzonal school tournaments are to commence within a fortnight. Within a fortnight means, dear students, within 15 days. Tournaments, or you can say inter-school or inter-zonal tournaments are there, and our team as a captain, I am proud to say to you, sir, we are participating in that inter-zonal school tournament, and that will start within 15 days. As the captain of our school hockey team, I feel morally bound that our players have proper coordination and play as a team and not as a bunch of players grouped together. I want a proper unity among the team. So a proper coordination, a proper understanding. That will be possible if we don't practice differently, if we all practice together. A proper coordination is a must. For that reason, I request you, sir, we need a proper playground. If not in our school it is possible, then you, sir, please arrange it from a neighboring school. So I move on to the next paragraph. For this purpose, we need playground facilities. I therefore honestly request you to arrange playground facilities from a neighboring school in the morning or evening for an hour or two, so that we may practice together under the guidance of our coach. So, sir, we need a playground. If you can arrange it from a neighboring school, so we can practice along with our coach and along with our other team members for an hour or two. I hope to have a favorable consideration. And finally, you end your letter by writing one important powerful line at the end, making your principal understand that, sir, I hope I will get a favorable consideration from your part. I hope to have a favorable consideration. And finally, leaving a line, you can write yours obediently, Ankit Patel. It is already written in the question paper, so you can copy the name from the question paper. So that is it, dear students. I discussed two more important questions with you, and I hope you will listen to this audio lecture very carefully. One was related with non-availability of question bank or important books in the school library, and this one is regarding playground facility. So please go through or listen to this audio lecture carefully, and if there is any doubt, do let me know. Thank you, students. Thank you all.